Good morning, a very warm welcome to the historic dockyard here in Chatham for the Chatham Model Railway Show. Now it's a week on since the last show that I went to, where it's extremely hot. Today it's very humid, overcast and stormy, and with the show itself being held in the slipways here that you see in front, these massive sheds that are here on the dockyard, and yeah, hopefully the roof's not going to leak if it does rain, but I'm sure it's pretty watertight. But it's an absolute fascinating building, particularly the end shed that is actually part of the museum. Do actually have a live steam running today, so I'm going to go over and take a look at that first of all. You see the lifeboats here, part of the dockyard, as the train makes its way back, and just over the back of the parade yard. And my grandfather was stationed here for a short period, and he said he remembers they weren't allowed to walk across the parade yard. They always had to jog. And when we brought him back here to the museum, yeah, he couldn't find it in himself to walk across. Look at that. Isn't it nice to see live steam again in the dockyard? Just a short bit of track here. We'll start today with this huge layout here from the Chatham and District Model Railway Club called North Circular. You should lift the camera up, try not to get too many people in the shot. Give you some idea of the size of this. Absolutely huge layout. And just moving along, we'll catch one of the loco movements. It's certainly a very scenic railway. Loving the little canal here with the bridge. I'll catch the loco going across that in a moment. But we've got the viaduct here with the sheds built in underneath, and this little piece in the foreground here for shunting. You can see where the tracks go off into the fiddle yard. A little bit of cloth there closing off the Brit Tunnel entrance there. This little loco here. I'm just going to come back down to that bridge and catch the loco going past the mill building here. And moving the other way from the canal, we come down past the buildings here. Got some low relief houses at the back there. Beautifully modelled signal box, and the crossing gates here with a little bus waiting and a station garage. Do like the trees here, and the use of the little Metcalfe building at the back there. All the way round the back here to the station. I'll just capture the loco movement again. And just while I'm round this side, just come right down to the station and show you the back here with the fiddle yard. Lots of stock on there. Well, a very, very impressive Swiss outline layout here, Obermatt. I'll just pan along and show you the details that are on here, or actually the size of the layout. One's just down to the side here, but at this end it's got a wonderful hillside. And let me just pan in on some details. So, got the rescue helicopter at the top of the mountain with the snow, and the cable car station. Loving the way the water has been captured on the side here with sorts of reflective strips, almost like hair braids, but really does look effective on the side of the cliff face there. And got rock climbers as well, and beautiful scenery. Now, in the literature for this layout, it does say that it's unashamedly a round and round layout, so basically a continuous track, which means that the trains can carry on travelling. But I will point out the track here. You can see the rack and pinion in the, well, the rack anyway, in the middle of the track. And I'll just catch this loco going past. And there's some really beautiful modelling here. You see the wedding party just leaving the church, and loving the buildings on here. And you see the overhead gantry as well. And you see the train making its way down the hillside there. And then panning down from the other end of the layout, from the mountain scene past the church, down to the lake in the middle with the tracks running around, and again coming back to this climb up the hillside on the track with the rack in the centre. Forgive me, as I'm standing here, I can't think of the name of, other than rack and pinion, I can't think of the name that I'm looking for. A really beautiful layout. Obermatt. Coastal DCC have a stand here. I'm just filming the stand because I'm fitting the Digital Plus, Lens Digital Plus to my new layout at the moment. So quite intrigued by some of the items that they sell. And on the front of the stand here, a little display track with the loco making its way round. Now, I should actually mention that Coastal DCC, as part of the Ipswich Modelling Day a couple of weeks ago, when I went to the Ipswich Transport Museum, the bus actually stopped at the shop, which is the Ipswich Modelling Centre. I didn't actually film it, should have done really, but yeah, I just jumped off, bought a couple of bits and jumped back on again. But yeah, they were there and part of the modelling experience on that Saturday. If you haven't seen the video, it is on the channel. With a rather superb engage layout here called Hell's Glen, and starting at one end, let's work our way around because it is a rather large layout. It starts here, runs all the way over there, all in N gauge. So this end turnaround loop, got a scrapyard modelled in here, and yeah, car lot and a couple of other sort of delivery facilities or warehouses, the word I was looking for. Building there that's under demolition, and as we move down past some of the factory scenes here, you'll see the locos moving in the foreground, and then the locos on here are absolutely beautiful. I think that one looks like a Challenger there. A couple more of the larger stock just here. So you can see the coal mine on the hillside here, and as this loco makes its way out, the gentleman was saying we should see the coal dust coming off the wagons. Just make out the dust coming off the wagons there. What a great effect. It's one of the things I love with these American outline layouts. It's the fact that you know, you can run such a lengthy train, and they do look wonderful moving round on a layout as they sort of snake around the points. Look at the way this is crossing over the points here. Well, I'm going to hold this shot for a moment and just fast forward. And there's the caboose on the end. And if I just pan down this way, you can see the layout running off down there and how long the train really is. We're moving around a little bit further. There's a trestle bridge. That's wonderfully modelled. I will come back to that and try and catch the loco crossing it. Obviously a bit of perspex there to protect it from hands on there. Observatory up on the hillside, and then plenty of this industrial scene. Just going to come back behind the perspex so I've got it all in the shot. Again, the locos on here are wonderful. And then down to the other turnaround loop at the far end. I cannot resist catching a loco crossing some scenery. And then I've got to follow the loco along the layout. Again, past all the industrial area here and to the turnaround at the end here. You'll see some of the stock waiting to make its journey around the layout, and a scenic river meandering through the background here. You see the canoeists on the river there. Yeah, very nice indeed. Layout here from the Beckenham and West Wickham Model Railway Club. Well, really loving the foliage on this layout. So last week when I was at Enfield, I nearly said Ilford then, when I was at Enfield, I was looking at the trees and all of the scenery in the background because I'm trying to do something similar on my new layout, and well, this is absolutely wonderful. I mean, this detail and the modelling skill on here, absolutely brilliant. Loving the mud across the top of this bridge where the Land Rover is following the sheep up the lane there. And then as I move down the layout a little bit, I'll just pan the full length of the layout, give you some idea. Absolutely huge, goes off all the way down there. And then over the back here, the fiddle yard. As I follow this loco along, you see it heads down towards the station. On the right hand side, an industrial unit, on the left hand side, the car park. Lovely detailed station here. Let me just come down to sort of eye level, try and capture some of the platform detailing, and yeah, very nice station building as well. Liking the bridge over the tracks here. Moving to the other end of the platform here, you can see the roadworks just in the foreground. Nice little tin shed and lovely modelled substation. A lot of detail on there, and do like the lighting package. Now, one of the things I was going to say, if I just pan up to the ceiling here, the building we're in is giving quite a unique light for seeing the layouts. So there's just enough daylight to get a good clear shot of the detailing on the layouts, but it really does show up where you've got a lighting package on the layout, the quality of the lights. You can see these downlighters lighting up the road in the foreground. Down to the road crossing. We'll just hold on until the train goes past. And again, just mentioning the lighting package, see the car on the far side of the crossing there, underneath the street light, lit up absolutely perfectly. And then finally at the end here, the Jewson's yard. You can see the racking they got here. How on earth do you move something like that without it getting damaged? Yeah, very nice layout. Well, I see superb layout here. This is Collingwood. Now, it's been quite a while since I've seen this layout, but it's quite a size, and got some wonderful details on here, and well, fantastic lighting, as you can see. The overhead lighting gantry just up here, lighting up the layout, bringing out all the colours. Like the way the buildings are cut away so we can see inside. Platform at this end with the lit bridge over the tracks. You can see the lighting package on there, and the station buildings, all the interiors are lit. At the far end here, the river scene, the lighting on the boat, and the Aldi store right at the end here. House over the back, the interior. I can see the interior is all modelled, and the lights are on. And again, the street lights here, fantastic lighting package. You see them reflecting in the windows of the vehicles. Back past the station, lovely station building with the taxis waiting outside. I do like this on the layout, as well as telling us a little bit about the backstory. It's also got some information on the signals and various bits on here. There's a down here, and there's some information here about the line side detailing as well. Well, the weather's suddenly taken a really bad turn outside, and it's raining quite heavily. Not seeing any drips where I am at the moment. And just before I wrap up on Collingwood, I'll just show you the digital control over the back here, with the track layout displayed on a screen, and obviously all the point settings displayed there. Here we got red line baseboards, so yeah, I'm actually quite intrigued by these. I've just done the baseboard on my railway, but this would have been quite handy actually, especially with the holes in the side here to get the wires through. But yeah, a chap was just telling me they're all modular now, and that's the kind of joints. They're not all like this glued together, but yeah, they're all modular like this now. So they come flat packed, as you see over the back there. So yeah. Well, look at this. This is Oxendale Sidings. Like in the low relief factory over the back there, and the retaining wall as well. Catch this loco movement. One of the things I really like about this exhibition is because there's so much space, these larger layouts can be displayed, which means, you know, you can see really long trains such as that one running round. So old Oxendale Sidings, I just pan the camera all the way along, some idea of the size of the layout here, and then over the far side it goes round into the fiddle yard over the far side there, and then returns back round on the loop at this end. I've already mentioned the retaining wall which runs the length of the layout. Wonderfully modelled signal box, and if I just pan in, hopefully the detail inside the signal box is coming out on the camera, and there is a full lighting package on the layout. I do love the way the road bridge crosses diagonally, giving a depth to what is otherwise quite a narrow layout. But yeah, with the bridge crossing, rather than just crossing back and forth, crossing diagonally, yeah, makes it look a lot wider than it actually is. Got the 4 tracks on here, and I have seen this layout before because I remember this building all lit up inside. This spins off into the show scene there. I'll just catch one more loco movement, or not, as the case may be. The layout reset just as I said that. There it comes. Well, a layout that doesn't really need any introduction. I've seen this a few times, Rainbow Rock. I just think it's fabulously whimsical and just something very, very different. Little narrow gauge, all scratch built, trains running around, and just fabulous scenery. Lots to look at, and yeah, just something, as I say, very, very different. An incredible size layout, really. You know, if I just come back a little bit, you can see the height of the backboard. It runs all the way around this way and down to the end here. All the lighting package, you can see all the buildings. These are actually flickering in the light here. It's not from the camera, so all of the windows look like they've got candlelight inside them. If I look inside the workshop here, you can see the way the light is flickering back and forth. Yeah, that's not the camera. No, lights all do that on here, which, as I say, gives a real effect. It's little things. Every time you look everywhere, look at the up here. We've got the dragon in the tower, and on the fish and chip shop we've got a cat asleep in the hanging basket. Greenhouse here with all of the flowers, and as the loco comes through the workshop, you can pan in there, see the factory, all the detail inside. Really lovely layout. At this end, and a little witch on the doorstep there, and a man just here on the water wheel. Got the Elves Emporium, and Fire Brigade there. And a band playing here, and complete with its own underground train. Wonderful. Rainbow Rock. Well, look at this. Scallywag Corner, this layout's called, by the Southeastern District Model Railway Club. Little picture frame layout here, and yeah, steampunk style. You can see the little robot in the foreground here, being radar controlled. Let's catch the loco going past. A lot of imagination, and yeah, very intriguing layout. Love the second track at the top there, another loco sitting in the middle, and you know, whatever this contraption is at the end here.
You can stay there as long as you like.
I know some of these steampunks aren't everybody's cup of tea, but for me, I just love the creativity. I think they're absolutely wonderful. this is Shillingstone in Engage. Oh, I love the Deltic. Just gone past, I'll catch that next time round. Really nice size layout this. Let me just pan the back a little bit and give you some idea of the size. Nice loop of track running round with a nice goods yard in the middle, and over the back here some low relief buildings climbing up the hillside. The church and the house at the top there, which allows the tracks to disappear into tunnels underneath. And then as I pan down across the station, really do love the flowers on the far side there, and the way the edge of the platform has been modelled. Oh dear, little problem with the Deltic at the moment. Hopefully that will be moving again in a little bit. And then on the hillside here, got a wonderful farmyard. The pigs in the yard there, and the cows coming down the hillside. And you can see the pillbox there. Just been pointed out to me the tank crossing the bridge here on its way to the village. Look at that rock face here, very effective indeed. Just going to film through the perspex for a moment.
Yeah. Other way. Way. Yep. Okay.
Westhay, 009 this one. Certainly a gauge that I'm very, very fond of. Buildings are very nice on here, aren't they? The stone brickwork with the corrugated roof, and this one again with the stone brickwork but with the slate roof. Really effective rock scenery at the back there, and the low relief pub house. A couple of small cottages there, and then up onto the hillside. Beautiful scenery, and yeah, having the cows in the field here with the fence around it, also very effective. I'll just catch a couple of shots of the loco going past, and down behind the glass on this one. Yeah, disappearing off into a little fill yard over the back there. Yeah, fantastic three layouts there. What a beautiful picture frame layout here. Hexworthy. It's a hamlet that lies in the middle of Dartmoor in Devon, and 009 stock running through here. You can see Linda there. Really beautiful scenery. I'm loving the trees at this end, and right in the foreground the little stream that's running through, and the retaining wall. Very picturesque station. Let's capture the loco movement. I do like the play park over the back here. You see the seesaw moving and the swings and the roundabout all moving around on the layout there. Well, wonderful layout here from the Faversham Model Railway Club. seen this a few times, and wonderfully detailed in end gauge. I'll just go through some of the highlights on here. In the foreground, the houses being built. See the construction here. Love this bridge making its way down to the platform, and the builder's yard over the back there. The turntable and the welding happening in the engine shed, and then the low relief buildings along the back of the layout on the raised section where the road is. And the layout continues down here with the wonderfully modelled town scene. We've got the lovely Metcalfe station. An absolutely superb lighting package. I'm going to mention again with the lighting that's in the room here, with a little bit of daylight coming from the roof. Any of the layouts with a sort of a lighting package really do look absolutely wonderful. You see all the lights on the station here, and then into the town here, around the pond, and inside the church, all lit up. Got the logo on the plinth, I've mentioned that a few times, but I love all the gardens behind the houses here. Really is a superb layout, and I'll catch this loco going past. And if you saw my video on the Faversham Transport Festival, there's a picture in there of the Faversham Town Hall, or the Guild Hall, and you see that represented here in the Market Square, and the bus depot, which too is a feature in Faversham. We went inside there to see the radio controlled trucks, if I remember rightly. Yeah, wonderful layout, and yeah, quite a size for end gauge. What a lovely layout here in O gauge. This is Stodden 100 Light Railway. I've seen this a couple of times in the past, and got some wonderful scenery on it. See the grass in the foreground, the hedgerows at the side here. The bridge running across the top of the layout down to the goods yard and platform at the end here, with a small fiddly yard over the back. A beautiful loco this. And yeah, so just looking at the couplings.
Drop to the bottom.
Just have a look inside the wagon here. You see the trap door in the bottom for dropping the, I'm guessing dropping the coal into the coal drops.
A percentage of wagons per day is drops. And if you have a
got some lovely wagons over the back there, just in front of the low relief warehouse.
Have a fine weekend. Thank you. Enjoy your visit.
Well, the layout here is B Road. Sort of a hook-shaped layout, runs down here with the show scene, and disappears into the tunnel there, and round to the other side to extensive fiddle yard on the far side of the layout. Isn't a continuous loop, as I say, just a sort of hook shape or a J-shaped layout. It's fictitious branch line from the Coventry to Nuneaton line in basically the 1960s, I think I read, 1963, somewhere around 1963. But really beautifully modelled. I mean, look at the scrapyard here with the moss and grass growing over the rusty bits of iron. And just at the far end, little players' hut with the water butt outside, some railway sleepers, like the chain link fence, and a lovely bridge scene. Well, the layout does have a nice bit of information at the end here, and I'm just going to pick up on a couple of things that as I look down the board you'll see that it's not a straight edge, and yeah, the gentleman was just pointing out that it does undulate with the topography of the ground all the way along. Yeah, the gentleman used the word topography and it describes it perfectly. So anyway, back to the detailing. So I've already mentioned the bridge there, and I'll just work my way down the layout, down past the fish and chip shop there. We've got a coal yard in the foreground and a lighting package on the signals. Another bridge here with the pond behind. And at the far end here we've got a factory building and the station here.
Yeah, we may have another show that.
Yeah, very nice layout. Let me just catch this loco movement.
Woke up the next morning and I was devastated.
Oh, you can have it back. There you go.
This is Leysdown, picture frame layout, and yeah, quite a size and beautifully lit. And I'm just going to come back a little bit because give you an idea of the sort of picture framing with this curved frontage on the corners. But scenery on here is absolutely exquisite. The grass and little things like, I don't know if you can see the fox in the field there, and just hear the chickens. I love the way the trees are modelled, but yeah, very picturesque and very easy to film.
You make Leysdown look like a bleak opposite Newchapel.
See the guard there changing the points. As the engine shunts back into the show scene.
It's also quite interesting because it doesn't sound like a passive
Loving the weathering on the water tower there. It's got this wonderful soundtrack playing that makes it very well, gives the layout a lot of atmosphere. And then at the far end of the layout, I'll just pan all the way along, give you some idea of the size. Got a wonderful station building. I can't get close enough to film in on the railings, but the railings have got all foliage along the base of them, and the buffer stop is all weathered. And then just at the end of the platform here, see the guy struggling with the milk churns. And yeah, the layout finishes with a small road crossing the end of the tracks. What a stunningly modelled layout. Larger scale here from Chatham and District Model Railway Club. You can see the firebox glow on the loco. I was down at the Bluebell a couple of weekends ago filming the railway show there. Yeah, they had Fenchurch running up and down on the line. Loving the little Great Western here behind the building, and little details like the cycle leant against the side of the building here and the coal yard. You see the guy sitting here on the sleepers having lunch. Do love the signals at this, and another bike there on the side of the building. And yeah, the planting along the hedgerow here next to the road. Very nice indeed. Let me just make sure I've got that in shot. There we go. My eyes were looking at the layout and not the camera. Very effective pond here.
How's it going, George?
Yeah, the water textures absolutely perfect. A low relief warehouse with the crane outside. What a very impressive layout here. This is Richborough Port in 1918 by the River Model Railway Club, and all in N gauge, but wonderful detail on here. Let's start at one end, shall we? We've got the ship here with the rails on the decks being loaded with munitions for the front line. Over the back there, the pontoon carrying the aircraft, and the wake behind it on the water. And then down here in the foreground, you can see some of the tanks on the quayside. The river modelled here with the pipe running across the top. And again some tanks here under tarpauling. I'm just going to pan my camera back again. And the barrage balloon here in the field. I'll catch this loco movement. And look at the detailing on the quayside here with the tarpaulin over all of the goods being waited to sitting there waiting to be loaded onto the ships and the barges there. Tanks again with the tarpaulin over them on the wagons, and then the barracks just here. This is beautifully detailed. See the tents in the field, and then the layout continues all the way down here. I'm just going to pan right to the end, right to the far end here, with a small fiddle yard behind, and this area allows the shunting of wagons. See the living van and the traction engine in the foreground there, and another traction engine loading the straw into the barn, and then extremely detailed platform with all the people on there. Yeah, it really is a marvellous layout, and again, all in N gauge. Well, a wonderful layout here. This is a Bigbury. You can see that it's based on an army encampment, I'm assuming Second World War. And you can see down here the Nissen huts. I'm just going to pan all the way down. You can see right to the end there, and I'll pan back this way, give you some idea of the size of the layout. Right the way to the end here. And obviously the army encampment that's here is taking delivery of goods from the railway. Just see the small shunter moving here in the foreground. And as I mentioned, the Nissen huts. You can see the tanks at the end here. Let's come right down to the end, because there's a rather nicely modelled storehouse at the end with the 2 roads going into the covered tracks there. And then wonderful sentinel. Moving back there. I do find the motion on those so hypnotic. And then here in the sidings you can see the Warwell trucks with the tanks on the back of them. A couple of guns in the foreground. Really beautiful scenery on the railway side. You can see the fence running along there and the trees. And then at the far end here, the station scene. Nicely detailed buildings and wonderfully modelled trees. Love the station building over the back there. As I say, in the foreground, this fence. You see the birds in the field there. Yeah, very nice indeed. Bigbury. Well, a nice little layout here from Walmer Model Railway Club. Just showing what can be done on a very small footprint. Loving the funicular railway, and just talking to the gentleman, he was saying that this was actually built in memory of one of the club members, John Cowdrey, and you can see on the building there, Cowdrey's Cider Works on the side there, built in his memory, and you've got a little shunting line going back and forth just down there in the background, and then, as I say, the funicular railway right in the foreground here. Yeah, like in the factory building over the back there, and little lighting package at the foot of the funicular railway. And a very effective low relief cliff face there, and just try and catch the loco moving over the back of the layout. Very nice indeed. Well, a layout here from Uckfield Model Railway Club. This is Halden Lane. Really nice size setup. I'll just pan from this end right the way through past the engine and down to the other end, where looks like there's a extension which is work in progress. Let's work our way through. So by the GWR rail motor there, we've got quite a nice sort of foundry, like in the chimney here with Fred Dimner just in front of it, and then quite a nice lighting package on the layout. Again, the lighting in the room, although it's not ideal if you haven't got lighting on your layout, it is certainly showing the lights on these layouts in a different kind of perspective with a slightly dimmer setting. Do like the hedgerow here and the two bicycles just on the side there. And as I make my way down, got the warehouse at the back there. It's all opened up and there's detailing inside. And through the station, again with the lighting package. There's 3 lights on the station. The water tower at this end. And lovely hillside. Look at the walkers just on the side here. Catch this loco movement. Loving the coal yard, or the coal depot on the side here, and the rocket just here. The fuel pumps with the globes on the top. A quick look in at the fiddle yard. Lots of locos there. Well, layout here, Gravesend. The gentleman's just gone to lunch at the moment, so I'll try and pop back when it's running. But just very quickly, I mean, you can see that the rock face over the far side, or the white chalk, which is, well, yeah, this area. There's a lot of quarries in this area, and you can see the turntable in the foreground, the engine on there with the sound system. And over here a platform and the goods area. So as I say, I'll try and pop back when the locos are moving. But I just got a little bit closer to have a look at some of the details here. Do you know, I love the gates on these carriages. Look at these. Just here. And look at the building at the end here. Some nice details on here. Yeah, I mentioned the cliff face, getting a bit closer. Very, very well done. And like the corrugated iron on the wagon shed there. Just catch the loco movement. The lighting on the platform here, just very dimly lit. Well, I'm feeling rather foolish, and I will take all of this out in the editing, but I've been reading out all these signs and saying from the Chatham and District Model Railway Club, and of course they're running the show. It's not layouts from them. Well, a stunning layout here, the Royal Albert Bridge, and wonderful river scene here, with a beautifully modelled bridge, and then either side of the bridge, two sort of hillsides for the tracks to make their way onto, and then disappear around into the fiddle yard. And you can see the buildings on the end here with the Whippets Inn right on the end there, and the hillside. I really do like the all the trees that are here, and I should mention all of this is in Engage. It's a very photogenic layout, isn't it? Having the rock face next to the bridge really sets off the brick. You can see the train making its way across the hillside there and then disappearing off of the show scene. Well, I just want to point to the background. So we've got sort of a washed out background here, more into the hillside, but then down into the river. You can see that the background has been created in such a way to be seamless into the water, giving the perfect viewpoint. What a beautiful layout here, complete with platform announcements. This is Roshven, which is a fictitious line from Fort William to Mallaig, and the gentleman was just telling me, I hope I've got that right, I'm doing this from memory, gentleman was just telling me all the buildings here are scratch built and are identical to those that you'd find in Mallaig. I've not been there myself. I have been to Fort William, but not Mallaig. And you can see the platform here. It's got Roshven on the platform. Apologies if I got that wrong. I'll try and remember what the gentleman told me, but certainly the buildings here all scratch built, and very beautiful, very, very pretty town scene. I'll just catch this loco coming in. Now the layout itself, I'm just going to pan back with my camera. Picture frame layout. It's got on the top here the names of the places and layout. Very, very well lit, and quite a considerable size. If I just pan down, you see the kind of length of the layout. So we get another station announcement there. Right, let's move down to the other end of the layout. So move down from the platform, and you can see the three buildings here that low relief, but with their backs facing the audience, which means when you lean forward, get quite a different perspective on a loco coming towards you, with buildings in the foreground and in the background, and then a cutting here through the scenery with a beautiful rock face, and then down to the water's edge at the far end of the layout. Well, a layout here from the Ashford International Model Railway Education Centre. It's somewhere that I do need to visit, and yeah, hopefully I'll get there this year. But wonderful size layout here. Look at the size of it. It stretches all the way down there, and yeah, beautiful detailing on here. Look at the roof of the station. Exquisite. And the trees. I think I have seen this layout before. Look at the deltic going across the bridge here. All in Engage. Well, it's certainly a stunning layout. Look at the gardens behind the houses here, the fire station, the cattle market by the look of the pens over the back there, and in the foreground the bridges allowing the traffic into the cattle market as a railway crosses above. The horse and cart, well, several horse and carts, and the tractors here in the foreground. The living wagons. I've already mentioned the station, but behind that, the gardens and scenery, really beautifully done. Capturing the deltic as it comes through the station. Loving the trees in the foreground, and just pointing out the signal box just there on the line side. Nice abundance of parallel tracks here. The farmhouse and all the scenery here in the foreground, and the road that leads down under the bridge. And then just behind you can see the barns on the second farm over the far side. What a beautiful setup. This is Melton Mowbray North.
See all the little bricks. They call them a little detail. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, like all the little.
Well, another layout here in Engage, this time from the Eastbourne Model Railway Society. This is Upperton, and got wonderful scenery on here, and quite a sizable layout for Engage. I'll just pan from this end right the way through. Actually, let's just catch this loco movement. And then just panning all the way down the layout. give you some idea of the size of this. You can see it disappears all the way down there. And repeat what I said earlier, that's one of the things with this show, because of the space area, it allows these very large layouts to be exhibited. Exquisite modelling on the cutting here. You see the rock face just showing through, and yeah, very detailed foliage. Loving the building on the hillside there, and the golf course just beyond. As we come down the layout, got the parallel tracks running into the goods area. You see the goods shed over the back there. And into the station, the end of the platform. Again, just catches loco movement. And just capturing the detail on the platforms here. So the loco comes into stop. You see the station name Upperton. Retaining wall on the far side, and then the back of these low relief buildings with all of the little courtyards with the flowers. Yeah, back to what I was saying about the backyards here, and they continue into these houses. Really exquisitely modelled. Now, just reading up here, said Upperton was built by Eastbourne Model Railway Society between 88 and 91, regularly exhibited until February 2012, when sadly the 4 main central boards were stolen from the club room. By sheer chance, 3 of the 4 missing boards were recovered thanks to train times in Eastbourne during the summer of 2017. So yeah, some of these boards were actually stolen. I'm very lucky to get them back, I think. This end's beautifully modelled. Loving the windmill and the pub. Proper village scene. And also the way the church is modelled. Very, very scenic. Very nice indeed, Upperton, and just making sure for myself, I'm not sure if I said Upton earlier, but yeah, it's Upperton. Well, how about this for a layout? This is Whiz Corner, based on the First World War, 1917, and 009 stock on here, and very, very unique track here in the way that it climbs up the hillside. So if we just follow the loco to the end of the siding, the points change and it continues to climb, and then repeats the same at the end here. I'm just going to zoom in because the detailing over the back here is absolutely exquisite with the tanks and the trenches. It's a really wonderful layout and some very interesting stock on here as the loco continues its climb. I'm loving the burnt out building on the side here and the aircraft. And yeah, the building here, the makeshift hospital, in with burning embers inside, and a fire burning to the side of it. All this detail in the foreground with the tanks. And again, another building partially collapsed there. Well, another huge layout here. This is Fareford East. I'll just pan all the way down, give you some idea of the size. Yeah, very big indeed. And running tube stock as well as mainline. And at the far end of the show scene, we've got the fiddle yard, then into the goods yard, and the transition from the fiddle yard onto the show scene is via these two tunnel portals here. Loving these two London Transport, I forget which class they are, forgive me. They're beautiful. Love the lining on those. Lighting package on the signals.
Yeah.
And then down at the far end of the layout, the platform with multi-road setup, which lots of stock on here. Just catch the last couple of loco movements. Absolutely loving the point work here. Very, very complicated.
That's a really old one. It's one of the original Metropolitan locomotives. This.
With this beautiful layout is Brook Street, O gauge. Got some really beautiful stock on here, some fantastic scenery, and quite a sizable layout as well. The fiddle yard at the end here, accessed underneath this bridge. So you see top and tail, another loco at this end. I'm loving this tree at the end here, look at that. Beautifully modelled. And sheep being driven across the bridge by the shepherd. And a Land Rover over the back there. The track is very well ballasted on this one. And lighting package on the signals. Traction engine just poking outside of the barn there with the tractor. And the meadow with the cows. And again, another beautifully modelled tree. I do like the flocking in the pasture there, and in the foreground the grazing sheep. Very nice signal box. And all of the locos on here. All with sounds. Thought that one was about to move because it whistled. The coal merchants, and you can see the station over the back there with the bicycle leaning against the building, and all the adverts or advertising on the wrought iron fence, and the birds in the field. Well, it's a beautiful layout. Yeah, it's very photogenic. Just catch a couple of more loco movements. This 060 loco here is identical to the one that I drove on the Dean Forest Railway. One of the best days out I've ever had, driving a steam engine, full-size steam engine on a railway. Well, layout here, Emperor's Path, demonstrating weathering, and we'll just catch the loco going past, and you can see how good the weathering is. Fantastic, isn't it? Wonderful. And a whole display here of multiple units. I saw these at the Bluebell Railway a couple of weeks ago. Fantastic selection, and yeah, fantastic collection. Right, and Roxley models here. Now, I've just lost the battery in my camera, so I'm resorting to the phone, and I'll just do a pan along the stock that's on the table here. There's yeah, there's an awful lot here. Lots of carriages trying to get rid of the reflection. And there's the Hornby 2025 wagon. A review of that coming up on the channel shortly. And yeah, some of the locos. Yeah, lots of stock. That's Roxley models. Well, a layout here with plenty of stock with sound systems. This is Ruffles Road, and a fantastic lighting package that brings all the colours out on the layout. Quite modern stock on here. Like the glass roof on the engine shed, so you can see inside, and little detailing touches. The engineer having a rest there. The railway arches and the tube stock crossing the bridge at the end, and then the low relief town scene. You can see the way the lights are applied to the layout running around the top there. A nicely detailed platform, and the overhead gantry lift here. And the diesel yard at the far end. As you can hear, all of the locos with sound. There we go, Ruffles Road. Yeah, very nice setup. And yeah, again, one of those layouts which really does show what you can do if you've only got a small footprint. You know, lovely detailed layout on probably a 4 foot by 2 foot board here. Plus obviously a little bit of a fiddle yard at this end. Well, two layouts here. We've got Dibbs Yard and then adjacent to it Shelley's Sidings. So let's look at Dibbs Yard first of all. Beautiful detailing on here. Now there is a glass front which allows us to see into the buildings. You see down here, hopefully that's coming out on the camera. Lovely little 040 loco moving back and forth. I'm just going to show the controller here. You see the controller, the way that it's been shiplapped with a little bit of corrugated iron on the top, and yeah, with some shiplap timber on the side, so that sort of blends into the signal box there. Very, very clever. Another loco hiding under the canopy there. And just catch this loco movement. Wonderfully detailed and weathered factory in the background, and autumn trees and planting at this end. And you see over the back there the express dairies, wagons just outside the dairy depot. Lovely layout there, Dibbs Yard, and then, as I say, adjacent to it we've got Shelley's Sidings. Well, a similar theme, but just a little bit less industrial. Got the sheep on the hillside here, and yeah, you can see the points changing. Industrial buildings in the background, but yeah, we'll just follow the loco as it makes its way through. And you can see and you can see here the sidings, that three of which are on the industrial side, and yeah, the other two a little bit more agricultural. Loving the building here, look in the foreground where the roof is caved in, all the foliage has grown inside, but again quite an autumn feel to the layout. Here we've got the British Overseas Railways Historical Trust, and yeah, I will look these up when I get home, but they've got a little track here with the loco making its way round.
Right, it's running, it runs well either.
It's not what I meant away.
The layout here is Daisyfield, Train Care and King Street, and yeah, you can see the station here with the station building, Metcalfe station building at the end there, and the bus depot in the foreground.
After
and
that,
the taxis waiting,
that can go,
and yeah, beautiful amount of stock in here. All sitting here, we'll watch the Voyager. It makes its way along the rest of the layout. And you see it disappears off the show scene underneath the bridge here. You see the depot here, the British Rail depot in the foreground, and the Aldi supermarket with all the cars in the car park. Just come around to the front of the supermarket. Full lighting package on here as well. And look at the graffiti on the building at the back there, the corrugated building. And again more vehicles here from the British Rail depot, all the way down to the goods shed right at this far end. So quite a nice size layout, and all running with digital. I'll just make my way back down.
Right, when you're clear of that, I then need to do that point. Right, the peak is good to come back as and when you're ready. Well, the hook you can cut in wood as they are, so I can turn it around to the cover.
Well, G-Gauge Society here with an absolutely huge layout. I believe this probably the one that I saw the other week at can't think of where I went now. Hollycombe, that's it, the Hollycombe steam in the countryside, and at their models weekend. You see in the corner here the schoolhouse, and over the far side there the farm, but you can get some idea of the size of the tracks here. And if I just pan down trying to get people in the shot, you can see it disappears off all the way down there. I'll just catch the locos going past one more time.
Basically, and then you've actually got the two running in the opposite direction. They're the same length. They've now released to go with the loco.
I'll include this in the video because you don't often see this at the shows, but there's a stand here, Chalk Garden Rail, doing a lot of LGB bits and pieces here, and some of the rolling stock. Yeah, great to see. As I say, you don't often see a larger scale, or at least a stall dedicated to the larger scale at the shows. Actually, I'm not sure it's the same track that I did see at Hollycombe. Just looking here, this is the Kent group, but yeah, still part of the G-Gauge Society. Well, one of my favourite layouts here, this is Eastgate Harbour. Just so much to look at in here, and yeah, wonderful, wonderful setup. I'm going to start here with the cinema with the roof cutaway, and I'll just pan inside. You see the film showing at one end and the auditorium. We've got the bus depot right at the far end here with the buses in the yard, and then as we move down onto the quayside here, I'll catch the loco movement in the background. Little touches on here. If you look at the sheep just moving in the pen here, see them rocking back and forth. A model of I know I've said these before, if you've seen the videos where this was featured at other shows, but the shark here chasing the boat orca. The guy that's just fallen in the middle there, his legs moving, and the swans and the mermaid just in the foreground. As I say, so much detail in here. Look at this guy here, painting the road, and wonderful lighting package. The safety valve going off on the larger train outside. And then this beautiful station setting over the back. And then just pan back out the quayside here. All the ships on the quayside. And then the huge gantry train over the back there with the guy welding. And an unfortunate fight happening there on the quayside. It's little details like on the brickwork, the way the water has lapped up and left the bricks wet, and the lower pieces of wood with the weathering. Seagull flying over the back there. Just so much to look at, so much to see. It is an absolutely exquisite layout. Yeah, I've managed to leave myself short on time again today. It's just gone 3 o'clock. I've been here since the show opened at 9 o'clock this morning, or 9:30 this morning. And yeah, I've still got quite a few more layouts to do, so I'm going to have to move on, unfortunately. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful layout, Eastgate Harbour. Well, I featured the Wagon Yard Company a couple of times on the channel, but today they have the Ivor the Engine layout, new from Rapido, and yeah, this is the first outing for the loco in motion and the layout, and yeah, I'm still not sure myself. I would like one of these, but yeah, they're a very expensive loco, so I don't know. My personal opinion, I'm not sure myself. Obviously completely from my era, and I'm probably the market that this is aimed at, but yeah, as I say, if it was you know, it's a very, very expensive loco for yeah, I'm going to call it a novelty. I might be an unfair there. I love the sound it's making, and it does look superb actually going around on the layout here. I think that would be wonderful on anybody's layout. Especially if you are doing a show, or exhibiting your layout. It is growing on me the more I stand here watching it. Loving the people on the station. Look, I can't remember their names now. It's terrible, isn't it? Well, this fantastic large scale layout here. Catching the loco movements first of all, and you can see these vans making their way along, and I'll just catch the loco here. Back to the Future Playmobil character there, and I love the way the platform's modelled over here. Got this wonderful tree in the foreground. Yeah, very nice platform indeed, with the white picket fence. Catches loco movement. And then the layout runs all the way down. It's an absolutely huge layout. We've got the bridge here and the signals. Just down a little bit further past the cows, and there's Thomas and Toby, and the water tower, and the layout keeps going. We've got the level crossing there with another signal box, the coal merchants in the foreground, all these wonderfully represented trucks. Loving the flowers over the back there, and down to the locos at this end, and down at this end here. I'm loving the bullet just here, and then right down to the far end here, where there is a turntable. Yeah, fabulous setup. Goes all the way down there, as far as you can see.
Walk along next to them.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see these locos moving in such a large scale.
He's just been thrown into the big pile of godly things that you don't really want to get rid of.
Wow, I remember him.
So do I, it's in between Sonic's legs. Right.
Just a quick shot here of southern scale models. Always interesting stock on here. Lots of kit-built locos there. And further down, all these wagons. A few locos on display here at the South Eastern and Chatham Railway Society. And over the back there. Now I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I think this is absolutely amazing. A Lego layout with proper accurate trains on here that are really well modelled in Lego. A big fan of Lego anyway. Combine that with trains and yeah, truly is wonderful. And yeah, I've been watching these layouts get bigger and bigger, and this one is absolutely huge. Goes all the way down there, right to the far end, and yeah, lots of detail on here. But I'm just going to make my way round to the front of the layout, and just here is, well, I'm just blown away. Look at that. Fourth bridge made of Lego. That is really, really impressive. I think it's marvellous. Even the waves on the riverbed are all modelled in bricks. Very, very impressive indeed. Unfortunately, I can't get very close to the models over the back there, but hopefully some of that's coming out. And I'll just film some of these locos at this end. Really is great to see. As I say, not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, I think this is wonderful. Far cry from the Lego trains that yeah, we had back in the day. Well, a wonderfully detailed layout here in Engage, and again quite a sizable layout, runs all the way down there. So starting at this end, you can see the gantry wires, again just reminding in Engage. You've got this raised section where the tracks disappear off into the fiddle yard just behind the show scene here. At the back there, the bus station and all the low relief buildings forming the back wall. So that's that loco movement. And then moving down to the platform. Very kinetic, there's lots of movement on the layout. A little market scene here in the foreground. And yeah, the platform's so well modelled with the entry bridge, or the footbridge down onto the platforms there. And then over the back there, the engineering workshop, the engine shed, running all the way down there. And then in the foreground here, all of the buildings another loco appears behind. And then another diagonal bridge across the layout there, forming a turnaround loop at the end. Absolutely wonderful. I'll catch another couple of loco movements. I didn't realise we're also running tube stock on here, and yeah, indeed there's a 3-rail track over the back there. Got Kernel Model Rail Centre here, lots of stock on here, and yeah, I bought quite a few bits from them this year, yeah, it's nice to see them at the show. Yeah, lots on here, and an absolutely huge stand. One other marvellous layout here that I've seen quite a few times before, which is Newchapel Junction, and yeah, it runs all the way down here. This layout is modular so that it can be configured in many different ways, and basically it runs all the way down there and then comes back again over the far side there. So let's walk the length of the layout. So at this end, the platform here, and side Port Regis, the platform, and we've got the Southern Region trains here. And then as we move along, we've got the crane here, and the goods shed with a full interior and all lit up on all the signals, operational signals, and lighting package on the layout. Further along to the stone bridge here, another Southern loco just waiting there in the siding. We follow the track all the way round to the loop, the highlight loop in the centre here, and just catch this loco going past. The locos on here do make a wonderful sound as they cross over the joints in the track. I'll try and catch that next time it comes round. Got the little level crossing here. Let me get the microphone down by the track. And just from this vantage point here, you can get some idea of the scale of this layout. So I'm going to walk all the way round and pick up on the other side of the loop. I'll just catch this train going past though. So picking up on the other side of the loop here, you can see the little triangle. I guess you could use that as a turning triangle. I can't see why you couldn't. And then this runs down into the goods yard here, and really do love the gantry signals on here. They are just superb. As I say, all functioning and all lit. Down through past the signal box here with a lever frame all lit up inside, and down into the other station at the other end of the layout. Again, lots of southern stock on here, and also the Great Western Railway. And at the far end here, the turntable and final goods yard. Let me just come around the end here. I'm being careful because there's rope around the layout. I don't want to trip over and fall onto the trains. That would be a very bad thing to do. Wonderful stock. This layout bunkers lane and takes quite a novel approach in that it's a double-sided layout, so when you come to the end here it loops round and then goes back down the other side of the layout. I'm just going to come round and you can see on this side, yeah, the rest of the show scene. Actually, I've got to follow this loco all the way round. That's probably the best thing to do. So just through the fiddle yard. Into the show scene. Picture frame layout, I should have mentioned. Makes its way down to the end. Loving the mini there. I think that's a corgi one. I do believe that's in my collection. I've got one of those. You can see the lever frame just on the side here. Well, I was hoping to follow it all the way around, but it stopped in the siding there, so I'm going to keep going round to this end, past the level crossing and the ice cream van, and down to this side. And yeah, again, lovely details all over the place. Got the sand hoppers at the back there, a couple of Daleks for good measure. I do love these tables, look at those. And around the end of the layout. And I'll catch one final shot as it comes past the other loco. Well, a huge picture frame around this layout. This is Bow Waters from St Neots Model Railway Club. Wonderful lit layout. Bow Waters paper mill, and over the back you can see the warehouse with all the rolls of paper in, and yeah, little shards of paper all over the track bed, and yeah, exquisitely modelled stock on here. Look at the weathering on this. Completely sound. Little diesel shunter, moving some paper in the yard. I'm loving the really big factory at the end here. Certainly a nice setup. Yeah, Bowwaters. Certainly nice setup. Yeah, Bowwaters. Well, another very large and impressive layout here, Allaby, and you can see that it runs all the way down this way. We'll follow the loco back on itself, around this sweeping corner, and then over to the other side. There's the fiddle yard. So let's have a look at some of the details. So making my way round to the fiddle yard, I'll just take a picture of some of the stock here. Coming on to the show scene. Loving the brickwork on here. I'm just going to pan out. We've got the railway tavern there, and yeah, to exit the show scene through the bridge there, and little stream feature with a couple of bridges, and the porter cabins that are here. Then a whole rake of weathered wagons here. And then moving down past the curve of the track. Some of these locos. That one stopped, but if I keep following this one. Down through the goods yard. Quite an intricate set of tracks here, and yeah, this loco will make its way off into another fiddle yard, and I'll continue down the track, and you can see this continues all the way down here, where we've got a coaling yard, and Trotters Independent Traders on the end there. Fantastically sized layout, and yeah, some really nice detailing on there. Well, the last few layouts now, and this one, Mont Blaireau, which is from the Upperton and District Model Railway Society, and yeah, let's just have a look at some of the details on here. So a little fiddle yard at the end here. I'll just pan over the side, and you can see the stock coming onto the show scene. I'll just catch this loco movement. Yeah, behind the loco you can see the river and the harbour scene with the boats moored there. And I should say, even though I think it's probably obvious from the name, a French outline layout. You can see over the back there the little cafe and the tobacco. As I pan down past the citrons. Signal box here, and oh, I do like that water tower. That's something quite novel. Onto the stock here, just in the back of this wagon. It's all the scrap, and yeah, more shops, low relief shops at the back there. Love the station. I don't know if it's coming out on the camera, but there's checkered floor in there. Looks absolutely wonderful, all lit up, and down to the square at the end here. Well, I don't know how much of that I caught, because I've been talking so much that the battery's gone flat on my microphone, but I'll just repeat a couple of bits. I'm loving the water tower there, and particularly the station here with the checkered floor. It's wonderful, all lit up, and the low relief houses around the square here. What a superb layout. I love the gantry here. Look at that, the lighting gantry. Yeah, loving the intricate point work here. And just the last couple of loco movements, if we can catch them. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to leave this one because I've got 2 more layouts to do, and I've got only a few minutes to do those. But yeah, wonderful setup. I wish I'd left myself more time to catch some of the loco movements. But yeah, this was Mont Blaireau. Lots of clubs and societies here that I haven't captured today. This is just one, for example. Leysdown and Barnstaple Railway have a stand here, obviously raising funds for the railway. Stand here, Kent Model Exchange. Look at the big locos they've got over the back there. Wonderful, and always a nice lot of stock on here. I've actually bought a couple of bits from them this time, and yeah, hopefully I'll bring those up on the channel in due course. One of them's very interesting, one of the locos I bought. So we've got Backman here. I'm just going to have a quick look down here at the 2-3s. I'm very tempted.
Not the making model claims for alcohol, is it? Trying off endurance.
I love Linda in the blue livery there. Well, the final layout of the day is James Street, and yeah, sometimes it's difficult to find the words. I've seen this layout before and it is truly amazing. All in N scale. Absolutely beautiful. Just catch this loco movement. Now I am going to cover myself on this one because I said N scale on a layout before and it was N scale, fine scale. Now this does look like fine scale to me. When I say N scale, it's basically to give a description of what kind of gauge or what size the models are on the layout. I don't mean to be disrespecting anyone by saying N scale when it's fine scale or vice versa. But yeah, what an amazing setup. Loving the roundhouse over here. Let's go and have a look at that.
We come in there.
I'm loving the detail on the roundhouse. And over this side there's another engine shed just here in the background there with all of the stock. I remember saying before when I saw this layout, how on earth do you move something like this? I think this is the one that somebody responded and said with many vans. So much detail on here. It is a wonderful setup. Difficult to know where to point the camera. As I say, all the stock, look at the trees in the foreground, and even just putting this amount of trucks on the tracks here. It must take a while. And then we've got a second level here, raising up onto the railway arches, just to the side. So it runs across the river and off round to the end of the layout. I mean, again, just reminding you of the scale. It runs all the way down that way. And then round at the end of the layout you can see the harbour with the boats, the cranes, the dock buildings, and yeah, the scenery just continues in every direction. Everywhere you look, and it's exquisite detail on here. Look at the stonework on the retaining wall. Look at the model shop here. Well, I've had a wonderful day here in Chatham. Got here at 9 o'clock, queued outside for a little bit, waiting for the gates to open at 9:30, and I've been walking around all day, haven't stopped for lunch. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and yeah, I'm just getting to the last couple of layouts now, and my feet are killing me, so I'm going to start wrapping up this video. As always, a really big thank you to all the exhibitors and organisers. I love this venue because of the space in between the layouts. It feels very relaxed. Lots of space to have a look at the layout, so yeah, I'm already looking forward to next year. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel, lots on there, and if you can subscribe, you'd do me a really big favour. With that, we'll leave it there. I'll just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Still the next